Europe's energy price cap is being talked about a lot. There are two price caps Europe plans to roll out. One price cap is on Russian oil, which the EU intends to roll out with the G7 to somehow minimize the profits Russia makes out of its oil exports. The second is a gas price cap. That has more to do with European consumers and the prices they pay for electricity and heating facilities. Nothing solid has come out in the form of a gas price cap. All that Europe has is some rough sketch of how it will cap the prices of natural gas. More than implementing the gas price cap, the European Union is concerned with how swiftly it'll be able to junk the whole thing if need be. The European Union will set a fixed price for what it is willing to pay in the long term for LNG supplies. Europe's price cap will kick in when either of these two situations present themselves. That is, if the price of gas breaches the fixed limit set by the EU, or when the price being asked from Europe is not the same as being asked from other buyers, for example in Asia. That means the EU will implement the price cap when it thinks its LNG supplies are being unfairly priced. That's very close to market manipulation. Europe is trying to set the conditions for suppliers of LNG, and it knows this behavior can cause it a lot of damage. According to Euronews, senior EU officials have said the gas price cap will be immediately switched off if it leads to unforeseen and detrimental consequences for the bloc's economy. What could these unforeseen and detrimental consequences be, you might think? EU officials have realized that if they put a price cap on natural gas, much needed cargoes of LNG will easily be rerouted to Asian countries by suppliers. The EU official said, "We have put a lot of thought into what can go wrong. If something goes wrong, we will pull the plug. We will push the button." Earlier in the summer, natural gas prices in Europe rose as high as 349 euros per megawatt hour. That sort of a figure can bleed the pockets of ordinary Europeans and businesses dry. Europe has realized it pretty late in the game that the world's LNG suppliers are not supplying it with gas because they feel obligated to do so, or that they are the least bit concerned about Europe's energy security. They've been giving loads and loads of LNG to Europe because they're getting paid handsomely for each cargo. In fact, the USA is the country earning the most out of Europe's natural gas crunch, since its suppliers have stepped up LNG shipments to the continent in recent months. The US is now Europe's largest LNG supplier. All suppliers are in it for the money. When a price cap comes into place, they lose out on millions, possibly even billions in profits. That will motivate them to sell LNG to buyers who are willing to pay those prices. And Europe will lose out on critically important LNG suppliers at a time when it needs every drop of the fuel it can get its hands on. So do you think Europe's price cap proposals are dead on arrival?